Say hello to Hyperdocs, digital lesson design that lets you and your students have it your way. The term Hyperdoc was coined by 3 educators from California, Lisa Highfill, Kelly Hilton, and Sarah Landis. They are the creators of Hyperdocs and are authors of the Hyperdoc Handbook. Hyperdocs began with the idea that learning should be student-driven and inquiry-based. Hyperdocs are interactive Google Docs or other tool that serve as a package for student learning through a lesson or unit. The Hyperdoc Handbook defines Hyperdocs as transformative, interactive Google Docs that replace the standard worksheet method of delivering instruction. A Hyperdoc is the teaching pedagogy involved when making important decisions about what to teach and how to teach with technology to redefine the overall student experience. Hyperdocs are both the product and the process of digital lesson design. The process of creating a Hyperdoc helps us be thoughtful about the integration of technology from start to finish. They help us take a look at pedagogical practices and instructional design models to craft an experience that is specific to our school and our students. Hyperdocs support the use of the 4 C's and are not tool-focused. What I love about Hyperdocs is that they encourage us to rethink G Suite tools. Hyperdocs help us be more innovative with our use of these tools, which can spark even more innovation. Hyperdocs are completely customizable and teacher-created, giving you complete freedom in how you move through your curriculum. Hyperdocs support both blended learning and digital learning, but they also know that there is a place for hands-on learning and discussion too. Hyperdocs become a platform for us to rethink how we are differentiating, personalizing, and preparing lessons in a tech-enhanced classroom. In our 3rd year as a one-to-one district, this is a great time to reflect on how going one-to-one has impacted our instructional practices. Digital lesson design is a natural next step and is one that continues so many of the conversations that we've already been having about the integration of technology. The Hyperdoc Handbook says about Hyperdocs that each one begins with a strong lesson design, curates quality instructional content, and packages learning in a way that engages learners. Through the creation of Hyperdocs, we can focus on a number of items relevant to your learning goals. Digital lesson design is directly in line with what you do every day and is in support of the curriculum work that you are in the process of. This year, we are shifting instructional technology coaching to focus specifically on digital lesson design through the creation of Hyperdocs. Each teacher will work through the collaborative process with the technology coach once each semester to thoughtfully build a Hyperdoc. The coaching sessions will take you through the entire process of creating, using, and reflecting upon Hyperdocs. Through the process, we will collaborate in a number of ways tailored to your needs. Resources will be provided throughout and will be personalized to your learning. The process of creating a Hyperdoc includes focusing first on the student objective and the desired learner outcome, considering the timeline and the learning cycle, learning how to package and design a digital lesson, implementing the Hyperdoc, and finally reflecting upon the classroom use. The focus of coaching will be on the creation of Hyperdocs and digital lesson design from start to finish. The process of building a Hyperdoc is a collaborative one. Teacher and coach collaboration is not a remedial process, and everyone must embrace a growth mindset, because we can all benefit from collaboration. Coaching sessions and our collaboration will look different depending upon our learning goals. Coaching sessions may include steps such as co-teaching, modeling, digital and face-to-face collaboration, feedback, co-planning and co-creation, reflection, and extending the learning. But again, this process will look different for everyone. Hyperdocs will help us to continue to transform our instructional practices and innovate student learning experiences. But Hyperdocs are not simply docs with hyperlinks. They are not digital worksheets. They are not web quests. They are not only Google Docs, and they are not an addition to what we already do. To prepare for creating a Hyperdoc as part of a collaborative process, start to think about a few things, taking advice from the creator of SAMR, Dr. Ruben Puentedura. Think about something you teach that you are passionate about, something you teach that students absolutely must master, something you teach that students struggle with, something you want to improve or update, or something new that you'd like to try. When we start our collaborative process, you will receive all additional materials that will help us get started. For now, all you need to do is to consider what student learning objectives you might want to focus on in creating a Hyperdoc. This will help you determine when you would like to begin our collaborative process.